Hi guys, welcome back to the Friend Zone.
Welcome back to the Friend Zone podcast.
Yep. Oh my gosh. So we got married. Well, we got customarily married. We're customarily married now. We got married as per African customs.
Yes.
Which is essentially
Heathen customs office.
Yeah, we did
A lobola
ceremony. Yeah.
And then engagement too.
Yeah, we got engaged.
If you missed that, you just gotta go see those pictures, man. Gotta see
It
those
was so
videos.
impromptu, man. Oh my gosh.
Are we gonna talk about the engagement story today?
It's gonna talk about what's okay. Like, look, we can talk about it.
No, today is FAQ, right?
Okay, fine. Like, we'll answer. I think we'll air this podcast after the engagement one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and things are considered and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, we put up. I think you got some questions as well on your Insta.
Are we gonna tag whoever?
No,
asked?
we're not. We're not gonna.
We're not gonna take them
because people asked a lot of similar questions. So one of the main questions we got was, "How did you guys meet? And how did you guys know you were the ones for each other?" So I think we'll just do like a "How did we meet, babe?" Like you go first, and then like I'll go second. Like share how we met.
Okay.
And how, yeah. So first things first.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did we meet?
Okay. So
this is his version.
It's a pretty difficult one because I've known Nyasha for a long time now. I started knowing Nyasha when we were in high school. She remembers an interaction I had with her and her friend. I just remember admiring her from a distance. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I always, had this inferiority complex thing going on. I always felt Nyasha out of my league, so I could never garner her attention. And boy, was I wrong. So
clearly,
I always knew her from a distance. Once in a while, I'll pop in a DM and say happy birthday, say something stupid and deep,
Like I wouldn't respond.
Yeah, well, you'll respond.
I wouldn't, because even if you go back to the chats, like from back in the day, bruh, like just happy birthday, thank you.
Yeah, So, yeah, that's. I always knew Nyasha from back in the day. Then,
guys, he's leaving out one important detail, which I will tell you in my version of events.
Do you want me to say?
So basically, guys, okay, you're going first.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will tell him the version. So yeah. Fast forward a couple of years later, you see, this is the thing about Instagram. When Instagram came over, you basically follow the people who you're friends with on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I'd see a lot of her content, particularly when she got really feisty with her faith. So I knew this girl was moving, with this Catholic stuff, which is something I admired, but I actually hadn't put her on my crosshairs or something. Then one day, I came across a video and I tried to watch it, but I just couldn't find the link. So I popped into a DM on Instagram
I
asked for the link, and she sent me the link, and then a discussion then, ensued after me watching the video and, just talking about the things she was discussing in the video. And then from then, it then became a point where we could actually just talk, one thing on the next. And because there was this synergy, there was this connection that we had intellectually and also, spiritually, our dispositions and our views, and also me, just being the person I am, rigid with my unrealistic requirements, I just approached Nyasha as a friend. And I think one of the things that actually did create some little hiccups was when that friend boundary was created. Because I think things were then moving a little too fast, And then the boundary was then created and we're both cool with it. We're really much cool with being friends. We didn't push it. So, yeah.
Sorry, what? You didn't what?
We then became friends. Yeah,
You think you didn't do what? I didn't hear that.
You can play this back.
Hey, yeah.
You can play this back.
You know what? It's fine. I'm going to get my chance. I'm going to do it. Tell all.
Yeah.
Tell all T's, guys. All the tea.
Yeah. We then decided to be friends and, We then tried to stop talking for a while, but we had this faith sharing journey we had started. So that was very difficult. I remember starting to send emails to her, and we started talking over emails, sharing back and forth. So we basically became friends. And I think that's the one thing that I'm grateful for, in as much as I liked you from back in the day and I always fancied you, when we actually then got to interact, there was this overarching sense of we're friends and let's roll as friends. And that helped us to grow, understand each other, I remember there were times when I would actually tell you to go date certain people that you were prospectively, considering to date, and I was just there in your life really as a friend. But one of the things that just tied us together was how we shared our faith. So you were in China. I was here. I was seeing someone else. So I never really then tried to pursue that. And then you came back home, and ding, 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 ding.
Okay, this is where you stop.
This is where I stop?
Yeah, so I can tell my version until we get to this point. And then
All
we
right.
can continue. So guys, basically, in high school, this guy was actually my then boyfriend's friend. So as I was dating my then boyfriend, this guy would probably hear a bit of stuff about me, but so this one time I remember he actually approached me. I was telling my friend, and he said something, and I'm just like, okay, bro, it's cool. I felt
What
like
did
you
I
were
say?
I just felt like you were such a showy guy.
What did I say?
No, I don't want to get into that.
Well, you might as well tell this.
I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. But on that day, I really did feel like you're such a showy guy. And yeah, you were looking cute and all that, but I just felt so stuck up himself, this guy's just so stuck up. But anyway, that was in high school. So after high school, I kind of did have the hots for you. So what actually happened is no way. What actually happened is when I was in China. So when I came home for summer in 2019, I remember I had started praying for a spouse the year before, in 2018.
Did you mean me?
No, shut up. Oh my gosh. So in 2019 when I came home, it was actually after Sunday Mass. I think one of my last Sundays at home, I actually saw you get into your car. I'm like, God, you've got such cute, good-looking young Catholic men. He seems to be very hardworking. God, I actually remember I went home and I wrote it down, because when I saw it, I was like, God, you've got these sons that I'm praying for. Why don't you give me one? So when I got back home, I actually remember taking my prayer journal and writing it down. Oh my God, you've got so many cute sons. I mean, just give me a guy like Farai Kunaka. I actually wrote your name down. I was like, maybe not him in particular, but just give me someone similar to that. So, but I just knew.
I think God didn't hear that part, right?
Yeah, God is I think God thought I stuttered.
No, God
He
just said Farai Kunaka.
Farai Kunaka is cool.
Okay, cool story.
But I just said someone like Farai Kunaka. So it's a pity I don't have that journal page anymore, because I left all my journals in China.
Yeah.
So yeah. So then after that happened, that was 2019. I went back home. I went back to China because I was in school and stuff. So I wasn't talking to you, rarely came across your posts and stuff like that. But then the turning point was I met a guy who wanted to sleep with me, and I said, bro, no, it's not happening, because I really didn't see the need for us to do that. If we're gonna date, what's a few months? What's a few months then we get married? So then after that phase ended, I was so hurt, but I just felt like the Lord was calling me to make a video. The video was Babe Stop.
Yeah.
So I made that video. I'm like, you know what, God, this is so painful, but I'm just gonna make the video. So I put it out there, and then guess who came asking for the link? Our very own brother Kunaka. So Vera came asking for the link, which was really silly, because the link was in my bio.
I couldn't find it.
That's
That
not
link tree was
possible.
just so confusing,
That's not
bro.
possible. My link tree is not confusing at all.
Okay.
So basically he just used this as a gimmick to slide into my DM. Don't deny it, because I can see your snort. We both know you just want to sign into my DM. Say pwe, say no. Okay.
No.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
I genuinely was looking for
No,
the link.
you weren't, babe. Like, the link was in my link tree. Because even what you're saying, because you checked my link tree. You even went my link tree.
Yeah.
That's how you know I've got link tree.
Exactly. So it was
So you
actually
see-
confusing.
No, it wasn't confusing. You were just in a haste to like watch the video and talk to me. You're like, you know what, let me go talk to this girl. So this guy came looking for the link. And I gave him the link, and then like he watched the video. I said to him, you know, like, let me know what you think after watching the video, because obviously like this is a guy I had wanted to talk to for a while. Like, oh my gosh, wow, like finally you're my DM, cool. Then we struck up a conversation, so we started talking, and we talked for a
Through the
very like
night.
through the night, yeah. And then like a couple of days into that, that's when I found out he was seeing someone. He actually told me he was seeing someone. I'm like, bummer. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'll just draw the line with my feelings here and just stop here. So I told him I actually didn't want to talk to me anymore, because my heart wasn't in the right place. And then a few weeks, I think, Lent started. And when Lent started, I just came across, like, I got an email notification, and he had sent me a reflection for the day's readings and just, like, invited me to journey throughout Lent with him. So I'm like, okay, cool, no, that's fine. I was all about, like, fellowshipping with others. So yeah, being in China also, where we didn't get the chance to like talk to other Christians, I felt like, okay, that's a great idea. So yeah, let's do it. So we journeyed through Lent together, and yeah, we became really good friends. Like at that point, there was no feelings involved anymore. Like at least not from my side.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
feelings.
You didn't
No
have feelings for me.
No feelings.
No feelings for me at all. Tell the truth.
Properly packaged them away, and you know.
Cool, yeah. So at that point, we're both friends, just no feelings for each other, and just I had accepted this is what it is. And then
You kept praying for your spouse.
I kept praying for my
And
spouse.
telling me about
Telling
people and telling me names of Nigerian names.
To be honest, you even suggested the name. You're like, I think this one would look really good on you. So yeah,
And I think we were just clueless.
yeah.
We were just clueless at the
And
time.
then I came back home. So when I got back home, should I continue? You want to continue? Okay.
You go.
So when I got back home, Faye was actually the first person I saw. Yeah, you're the first person I saw. And I had just been through a lot. I was coming out of a depression. I was recovering, and I was just in a bad place. So he was a really good friend, and just offered a shoulder.
Boy, did you cry those days, man.
Yeah. I used to cry a lot. I used to cry every day.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Like,
Just going through the day, she just breaks down out of nowhere, bro.
yeah, I was going through a lot. I was just going through a lot. And then
You know, hanging out together made
Yeah.
us actually realize
there's something here. Like, we can't actually run anymore, because now we're
You're
not
here.
in different countries. Like, you're a few
you can,
minutes away.
You can't use the excuse
of
distance.
long distance. Yeah,
Yeah.
like now we're actually in the same place. So it just became inevitable.
And
But then
yeah,
at that time, you were still dating someone, so
Yeah.
we couldn't like explore that side of things for us.
yeah.
So
Things were on the rocks on my end.
Yeah.
You kept, telling me what you always told me all those years. As a friend.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is, it wasn't just you. All
It
my
was
friends are telling me
everyone.
the same thing. But I'm stubborn.
Yeah.
I don't
I
listen.
think the thing with you is that you want to be a person of your word.
Yeah.
You want to stick to your word, but at times you end up neglecting yourself because you want to like be a person of your word.
And that was the thing. You coming back, you found me in this very unhappy state.
Mm-hmm.
And the more we hung out, you made me discover some things that I didn't know or neglect about myself.
Mm-hmm.
For example, when you taught me how to do like a 3-step skincare routine, and it did go a long way.
Mm-hmm. Guys, teach that boy skincare, okay? Like, it will get you a ring.
So, yeah, the feelings then were just, there, and you couldn't deny them, you couldn't run from them.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was doing a good job hiding my little secret.
I'm actually, okay guys, so newsflash, I'm actually on my husband's chest now. So that like, I guess I'm gonna start talking like I'm talking to you, essentially, which is the point, because I'm not talking to these people, I'm talking to you. But anyway, like, I think when you started showing feelings for me, like, I knew I had feelings for you. But like, my fear was, okay, like, we've got a really good friendship going on here.
Yeah.
What then
If we
happens
mess it up.
if we, like, if I like come out with my feelings and then like let you know, okay, I've got feelings for you, you tell me you've got feelings, and I tell you I've got feelings for you, and then we mess it up so badly that we can't be friends. Then, like, in a bid to develop that side of things, we also mess up our friendship. You know, that was
Which
my
is-
biggest worry.
And I feel there was a time we stopped talking.
We actually, okay, so
Yeah.
do you want to go down there? Do you want to talk about that?
Just not in detail,
Okay.
but just there was a phase we stopped talking before we
Yeah.
started dating.
Doesn't
And
mean a breakup.
yeah, there was a little breakup before. And I feel that's one of the things we both missed, you know,
Yeah,
the friendship.
friendship.
You know,
Yeah,
In as
because
much
like
as-
that's what hurt me the most. I'm like, but my friend.
in as much as I had feelings for you, part of me just wanted to be there for you as a friend, like I've always been, you know. We were purely friends in the true sense of the word.
And I think for me, that's where I see like God is faithful. Because when I made that Babe Stop video, it hurt me so much because the person I'd stopped talking to was actually my friend. Like, I felt like I would never be able to get a friend like that. But then God honored that act of faith and gave me way more of a friend than that guy was to me. So, yeah, just a moment for God, please. Like, thank you, God. Amen. So, yeah, and then what happened? So, when we discovered that, okay, then we started dating. So, the next question, guys. So, basically, that's how we met.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the next question, like, that we got a lot of people asking was, how long did you guys date?
Yeah.
And we started dating in November
Yeah.
2022. And we got engaged in March 2023. So that's November, December, January, February, March. 5 months.
engagement.
Yeah. So, and then we got married.
in
We did the
April,
customary
so that's
marriage
6
in
months.
a month after. So we basically dated for 5 months. We were engaged for 1 month, and we're currently customarily married.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically it. And if I may, because I think people thought, some person said, oh wow, I can see that God does a lot, you guys were in a long distance relationship, right? I'm thinking, no, we never
we
long
didn't.
distance relationship dated. We never LDR'd.
Yeah.
I
While
wasn't
we're
open
here,
to that.
I'm just looking at a question here where someone is asking about when the wedding is,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I think we need to make a podcast on top 5 questions to never ask an engaged couple or a newly married couple or anything. Because I feel like people are so entitled to information. Like,
Yeah. So when is the wedding?
yeah, like okay? So what if let's just say we're not having a wedding. So what? What do you want to do with it? You know, like that's something we need to ask people also. Because like people have been asking me, so when is the white wedding? Like. When we planned our lobola, did we tell you that we're planning a lobola?
No.
You didn't know. So, like, wait for it. Just wait until you know.
In the same vein, I could ask you
When you're getting married. Like, okay, so
Like,
when
when
are
are
you
you
getting
in
a
the streets,
relationship?
man?
You know,
Like-
like, when are you, like, oh no.
Get off the streets, bro.
When are you getting
It's
a
getting
boyfriend?
late.
You understand? Like, okay, that's a bit rude. But, like, my point is, guys, you can't... Okay, I guess this kind of makes sense because we ask people if people to ask us questions they have for us. But, like, this is warranted. Like, if you want to ask, because we actually
Us
just invite
give them-
questions.
yeah.
But I'm talking about people who, like, in your DMs, unsolicited, come to you and ask, so when is the wedding? Bro, did you want to contribute something? Do you have money you want to contribute? Is there like something you wanted to pledge maybe? You know? Like, why are you asking? I think it's so irritating because, like, you know,
It's just a show for you.
if we haven't asked you for a question, I don't see why you should be asking that kind of question. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Let's move away from this before we catch feelings.
Yeah.
I like this
someone
one.
said, congratulations on your malobolo. Is malobolo like a wedding? Okay, so a malobolo is like a customary marriage. That's why we've been saying customarily married. It's a customary marriage, which essentially is marriage in the African rite. customary rights and not customary rights. I'm Debede, my husband is Shona, but customarily we are married. Let's stop there. Let's stop there.
Yeah.
What's the question? How did you guys meet and how did you know that he was the one? Okay, so how did we know? How did I know? Okay, so as I was waiting and praying for my husband, I made a lot of lists and I prayed a lot. I consciously prayed for so from the Easter, I started praying for my husband consciously on Easter Sunday 2018, and the Wednesday after Easter Sunday in 2023, I actually got to show him to my whole family because that's when he brought his whole clan to our house.
Wasn't the whole clan? No.
Yeah, okay, fine. That's when they came. That's when he came to dump his life savings at our house.
Yes.
Yeah. So he brought the cows home.
Bunch of gullible people. They actually took that money, bro.
Whatever. So on the Wednesday after Easter Sunday, 5 years later, that's when my husband came to our home. So I knew you were the one because I prayed a lot of novenas. So if you're not Catholic, a novena is a prayer prayed for 9 days consecutively. It's a prayer that you make. You ask for the intercession of a heavenly friend, i.e. saints, or you just pray the rosary asking for Mother Mary's intercession, or you just pray like a particular prayer for just 9 days. So I prayed a lot. I won't lie. I prayed a lot. I invested so much prayer into your future, into my future, into our future. I invested a lot of prayer into who you were as a person and your struggles. And I think praying for you created that disposition of heart that then allowed me to... I'm digressing. But praying allowed me a disposition of heart to love you as a person with all your flaws and everything. So I then knew the man I had prayed for would have certain traits that I've prayed for. And God did not disappoint because he gave me all of them. God did not even miss one. He even gave me more. I had more than I had prayed for. So I knew you were the one when I knew that you had all the traits I had prayed for. It was right in my face. I didn't even need to second guess it or question it for a third time. Mm-hmm. I just knew you were the one. So I just knew you were the one because you had everything I prayed for. You were everything I'd prayed for and more. So for me, I invested prayer and I saw my return on investment. Yeah, that's how I knew you were the one. According to the books, it made sense. The finances, the investment books backed up my gut. Yeah, so my gut and the evidence of my prayers.
So for you, it was ticking the checklist.
All those, yeah. It was taking the checklist I had prayed over. And I didn't just make a checklist I want him to be tall, dark and handsome, yada yada yada. I did obviously have physical characteristics in my list, but I made a list of qualities, which is the difference. If you're making a list of the things you want your partner to be physically, that might not come out as is. But if you make a list that comprises of qualities, then you're most likely to get that out. So when you're being choosy, don't be choosy looking for the picky, the physical side only. Be picky with qualities. I think that's one thing that helped me because I met a couple of people who just met the physical side but then they had no qualities. But then with you I then saw both the qualities and the physical. You're super handsome. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you met. I even wrote down your shoe size.
Wow.
Yeah, I wrote your shoe. I was that particular with God. God, if you're feeling generous, then please back it up with these physical characteristics. But one thing was for sure, I wanted a man I would look at and feel oh, he is gorgeous. Have you seen yourself coming into the room after you get a shave and you get a haircut and you're smelling good? Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm hey. God, I am so grateful that I waited because
don't lose control, Tan.
No, I'm just
don't lose control.
Do you know physically you're so good looking? I look at you, I'm dang, God, wow, God, you did that, But also even if I were to go blind today, I would still just be God, wow, my husband is back home because of the way you make me feel, the way you the qualities you have. Yeah. How about you? How did you know I was the one?
Firstly, I had a list of things that I wanted in my wife.
What separated you in one thing?
Well, she doesn't have a driver's license.
Oh my gosh, I was going to ask you to not...
She doesn't have a driver's license, but well.
Because I prefer to be driven around. I'm not a driver. I just prefer to have people drive around.
there were a couple of things that I always wanted to have in a wife that I was sure if she's not that, it's not going to happen. And I think the first thing was she has to be Catholic. And
For me too, that was the first thing.
yeah, like
On every list I
look,
made.
you can have a relationship with God, great, but I just wanted
to pray in the same way.
Creed. So that was like the thing. But then as I had experience meeting different people, even some who were Catholic, I realized we're not as Catholic as we think we are. And being Catholic is not enough.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not.
There's a way that things have to be.
Yeah, like you have to be prayerful also, because a lot of Catholics tend to be lukewarm.
Yeah.
I won't like lie about that.
And I won't go through all the qualities that I was looking for. But I just remember saying, God, when that woman walks into the room, Lord, I need to lose all of my bearings. I need to just get disoriented looking at that woman because she's just so pretty. You know?
I had the same prayer as
Yeah,
well. Like, my God, me, I won't be the one
Like-
to say, looks
like,
don't
Lord,
matter. To me, they mattered.
Lord, she just has to be beautiful.
Yeah, me too.
But more than anything, for me, it was a journey because these things about you became apparent the more we interacted.
Yeah. And I think for me, even till now, like, I fall in love with you even more daily as I get to see and, like, learn more about you and your heart.
Thank you. And I think there were many other instances.
Where, like,
your interaction
yeah.
with my brother, you know, I think more than anything, you are Mfaro's friend.
I am.
You know, so just seeing you interact with my brother over the phone in person, it really, you know, reassured me that this woman is the one I want to be with. Not just with my brother,
I think
with all my siblings.
But the same is true the same is true on my side. Like the way you just hit it off with my grandmother. And my granny has such a good gut. So if she tells you, like, you know, guys are not going anywhere, then you guys are not going anywhere. And with us, all she had to say were just blessings. Like, you guys think alike. You guys see the world the same way. And for me, coming from a person who's like 80-something years, it validated how I felt. Like, okay.
And that too, you know, that relationship, that welcomeness from your family, all of your family, you know, they're always warm and loving. And I never had to second guess if these people actually like me or if they want me to be here. So that was something as well. But over and above, I think for me, it's when we went to Mutemwa.
Oh, yeah.
When I went to Mutemwa and I went for confession, you know, I got an instruction. I didn't get suggestions or counseling. I was given express instruction. And that was then validated when we went up the mountain. The instruction was propose to that girl.
Which girl?
You.
But like...
Yeah. That was what I was told. Propose to that girl. See how it goes. And then when we went up the mountain, God then put it in my heart, you know, that Farai, you're supposed to support this girl in the path she's going to take. And then it then made sense. How else would I support a woman who is not my spouse? Right? There's right now, we wouldn't be sitting here and some lady calls and saying, Nyasha, Ningi is stranded. You know, it's not just going to work. That kind of involvement only happens when someone is your significant other, you know.
I think also just on that, now that we're here, like obviously this is going to be like a conversation for the Voice in the Desert.
Yeah.
But spiritually, my relationships used to fall apart. And as we prayed, I then found out that it's because like of things that were like oaths people had made, like evil people had made witchcraft related oaths that I should not find a man. I shouldn't get married, and even if I were to get married, I shouldn't find like a God-loving man. But I remember the priest we were journeying with, the exorcist who came home, the one you introduced us to, when he came home, and he just, I told him, you know, like my relationships aren't. He asked me, "How's your dating life?" And I told him, you know, my relationships are in end. They don't like last. Like things just go sideways. And I just can't seem to find the person I'm praying for, you know, but I've been praying. And I said, in your next relationship, don't hold back. So for me, that was a pointer, like, okay. And then that next relationship, and then he said to me, Farah is a good man. I'm like, he said on the table, I remember, after mass, and for me, it was just that confirmation, like, okay, I won't hold back then. So I didn't hold back.
Yeah.
So that's just, so it's not like I got to a point where I really realized, like, this is the one. But like you said, it was a
gradual
journey. Yeah, it's
thing.
a gradual thing.
And I think for me, just apart from these things, it's the way you supported me in my career. My father always said, because, well,
Now
we're
you're
here. My father always said, even when he knew I was dating other people, he would say, Shumba, chagai muna nokunzusisai, someone who understands your work, someone who understands you. And the way you came in and changed a lot of things for me from the professional side of things, you know. Guys, in case you didn't know, my latest whip, thanks to Nyasha. If it wasn't for Nyasha, I'll be driving that German beast, you know. The way you came, the way you directed things, the sort of direction you then charged it into my life. Look, I could have been sitting on that stash of pressing on that line of income. But if it weren't for the way you came in and directed things, not in a selfish way, you know. I remember when I got some leeway and you said, Fari, go get that car. Any typical girl at the stage we were at would have said, come and marry me, bring that money to our house and we get married. But you said, no, go get that car. You've been wanting it for a long time, go get it. I knew I found a golden heart there, you know. I knew I found a golden heart. And the amount of times we'd go to church together, you know, time and again.
Together.
Time and again.
And for me, that was so special.
Midweek mass, Sunday mass, going on pilgrimages even, you know. Just going through life with you, it just gave confirmation upon confirmation upon confirmation. Until I got to a point where I knew in my heart that, you know what, I just want to be with this person. I just want to be with Nyasha, you know. If you're to lock me away for eternity, you know, sentence me to spend my life in someone's company, and it's going to be Nyasha, you know. I don't want to miss out on that. And also, that little mini breakup we had before we started, it also just made me see things clearly, you know. Knowing the value you had, you know, in my life as a friend.
Yeah, if I might just chime in.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take this. I think this is the conversation we definitely need to take to the Western Desert podcast, because I mentioned recently that, like, relationships are very spiritual.
Yeah.
And that breakup was actually spiritually engineered.
Yeah.
And we only got to find about it later. But like in the moment, I felt it, like something spiritually is not right here. Yeah. So obviously this is a topic we're gonna take to, like, the spiritual podcast. But yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, some of your breakups, guys, they're not just breakups. Like, all these things are like engineered spiritually. Yeah.
So I think that made me realize that if I was to let another man get this treasure, I could never live with myself. Knowing some other man got that treasure, you know? And day after day to this day, you know, I get validation. I think a lot of times I say to you, bro, I hit the jackpot. I hit the jackpot. Like, Solomon's got nothing on me, really. King Solomon, you ain't got nothing on me, bro.
Lots of eyes, though.
Yeah, like, you ain't got nothing on me. So... yeah, I think that's the full answer of how I knew you were the one. And as soon as I got that ring, you know, I just couldn't keep it anymore. I just couldn't keep it. Like, I need her to know this is exactly where I am. This is something she loves, something she wanted, and here it is. This is what I mean. These are my intentions with you, you know. Yes, you've met my family. Yes, I've met some of your family, but this is where it's at. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So for those of you who watched the engagement, wasn't even staged, wasn't anything cinematic or choreographed.
Because my man just couldn't hold it together. Like, he was just like, nah, I can't do this. But, like, I really did appreciate that, because obviously Wulawayo means a lot to me,
Mm-hmm.
and you just choosing to like do something for me and not like pull up some theatrics for like social media or for other people to be like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I know a beautiful layout would have been beautiful even to me. I would have loved it, but Bulawayo, having you propose in my ancestral land just meant so much more. I remember like saying to you when we got to Bulawayo, like, oh my gosh, I just feel so close to my granddad.
Yeah.
You know, it was such a thin place for my granddad's presence. You know, just really felt so close to him. Like, wow, oh my gosh. So it was a very emotionally charged weekend, which I really did appreciate that you took that into consideration and you did something for me. And I think
Not
that's
for anyone else.
and I think that's the thing that a lot of people I've like been with or like talked to in the past just thought, because I do social media, like the only thing I care about is social media. So it took you just seeing that even though I do like use social media quite a bit, that's not the only thing there is to me, and I really appreciated that. Like, you did this for me. So there's certain questions here which I think I will address in each video because but like there was a question you got, I think, about long distance relationships or something.
Yeah, like someone's asking how they can go about long distance relationship.
Yeah, I
just
think
off
this is
the
another
bat,
topic.
You know,
Yeah.
you're asking the wrong person.
Yeah, because I did long distance dating a lot for like a bit.
Yeah.
And I've got a YouTube video
On that.
long distance relationships and online dating and stuff like that. So I think you guys can just go check that out. We'll link it up in the show notes.
Yeah.
But I think we can have a conversation. I think that's pretty much, because I won't say anything new.
Yeah.
Besides what I've already put in the YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. The other questions are very YouTube video-y, so we'll just put them there.
We'll answer them there.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.